Today. Well, I want us to get into another exciting conversation, and that touches on online Forex trading. What is all this all about? We have the man to talk to us about it, and we have with us today in studio Joshua Matumo, a director at 4th Street Consultants. Many thanks for joining us on KTN Business today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So Joshua, walk us through. Forex trading is a very interesting subject for the young people as well as the elite class. But how would you define it in the simplest of terms?
Well, thank you for that question to start with. I think the simplest way to explain Forex is simply an exchange of one currency or commodity for another. Taking, for instance, how you have some dollars and you need to exchange them to Kenya shillings, then you walk into a Forex bureau and do the exchange based on the prevailing day's exchange rate. Mm-hmm. So it's the same way we exchange one currency for another. Then we take advantage of the difference in the pricing of the two currencies to make our margin in terms of profits. So that, in simple terms, that's the definition that entails Forex trading.
All right. Yeah. Speaking about Forex trading, as an economy, how big is this line of business, especially for people who want to venture into it, and what are the opportunities?
That's a good question, because for Forex traders or even stock traders, as well as the NSE, that is our Nairobi Stock Exchange, any Forex trader out there knows very well that we dwell or we take advantage of Forex volatility. And that's when we get opportunities, to buy and sell and then make money from the differences in the price ranges. Now, the best part with Forex trading is that $5.3 trillion are exchanged every day in the Forex market, which means the volatility is high enough for people to get opportunities, of course, with the right kind of training and market analysis skills. Yes.
And looking at these numbers you've talked about, they are quite mind-boggling. For you to get to become a Forex trader, for example, what do you need to have? How much do you need to deposit, that kind of thing? And are there people who can do this for you?
Well, that's a good question, because when you talk about $5.3 trillion exchanged every day, we're talking about an international market. It's not a local market. We exchange international currencies and commodities such as gold and oil, international currencies such as the Great Britain pound, such as the US dollar. So this is a massive market. The biggest hedge fund in the world, this is Bridgewater, headed by Ray Dalio, has a portfolio, manages a portfolio of $150 billion. That's how enormous the market is. Now, coming back to the question of how much money you need to get started, you can start with as little as $200 to open a live account. Opening a live account is free, of course. It's the same scenario of stock traders, whereby you have to open an account with a CDS account. It's the same way we open Forex account with Forex brokers, registered Forex brokers. And it's a good thing that we're privileged to have two Forex brokerage companies registered under the CMA in the country. And this gives us a mileage to walk right to the offices right here and register for these accounts. But of more importance is actually having the skill and the expertise to analyze the markets and take advantage of the various price ranges in the Forex markets.
All right. Yeah. You look fairly young, and of course, many young people are struggling between gambling and, of course, the betting craze that has hit the country. What is the sense of return when someone gets into the stock business? Do you get decent returns, or do you have to buy a good volume for you to make a good return?
Thank you for that question, Agina. On this one, I beg of you to give me an extra minute, because I think that's a very serious topic to address. Yes, as you said, I'm young, and we run a company that we train people to trade Forex professionally. But I must admit that the culture that we have in this country, especially young people, and the psychology and the expectations of making money, quick money overnight, doesn't really work at all, neither in Forex, nor does it work in other business models. And so it's very important to come into the Forex industry with the right mindset, the psychology, have the right expectations of how much money you can make. For instance, you wouldn't expect to maybe make 50% of your account. assuming you have a $1,000 account, you need to be realistic about how much money you can make, let's say in a month or in a quarter. And therefore, I think discipline really counts in Forex trading because it's your money and you have the markets to yourself, because we trade Forex online. So basically you can, as long as you can access even a phone, an Android phone or a laptop or a set of computer, you can trade Forex. Okay. But the biggest challenge actually we find with people we train is because unlike other business models, we human beings are born with an inborn trait of greed. You want to make a little, you want to make more, and that works against you in Forex. And therefore discipline is of most essence in Forex. Money management, we teach you how to control your risks. And therefore if you come in with the right psychology and expectations, you come in with an open mind to learn, yes, it's a business that can sustain you for a lifetime. I have never been employed myself.
All right.
Despite, I studied Bachelor of Economics, and I've been doing this for 12 years.
All right, Joshua. Indeed, you have done a lot in that space. And in less than 30 seconds, I just want to get your closing thoughts. How risky is Forex trading?
To be really honest, risk is everywhere in business. It doesn't matter for instance, the reports on Nairobi Stock Exchange, they haven't done fairly really well for the last 2 years. Risk is around in any business. What is of more importance is to learn how to control the risks.
All right.
Because for instance, the cost that we run at our company, there's a whole topic in videos explaining how much percentage of your capital should you risk per trade. And therefore, it's only if you go against your own rules that you can stand to lose money.
All right.
So at the end of the day, there is risk in business, just like any other. But of course, where there is risk, there is opportunities.
All right.
Yes.
The greater the risk, the greater the return.
Sure.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you so much.
I hope someone has been converted and they'll be able to turn to Forex trading. Well, we want to take a quick commercial break, but let me remind you of a Twitter poll question that really borders on a very important subject that we have been having here in relation to, are we tapping into the digital economy enough? That will be our upcoming conversation that I'll be speaking to Christina Kopp, who is going to be joining me after this quick commercial break. Plus, we have Women in Business with Julia Mboi coming up shortly.